Hello and welcome to a C# guide. In this episode I'm going to be covering the enumeration type, or sometimes referred to as the enum type for short. This is a value type which is a set of constants declared by you, defined by you, which have an underlying integral numeric type. That may sound very confusing, but I'm going to go through how this actually works. So I'm going to put an enum in here. And that is how to declare an enum. So let's just declare my enum, and I'm going to call it directions. Now, we can't end it here. It does not like this. As you can see here, it expects curly brackets. So I'm going to put in curly brackets. I'm going to put in curly brackets and leave it on the same line just for this example. And you can see now directions isn't errored. But above that line is errored. That is because we cannot declare an enum within our static void main. So I'm just going to pull this out and place this here. You can see now it's working perfectly fine. And this is how we would declare an enum. But you may think, okay, so what are the constants that we define? As explained, we define them. So I'm going to put in our brackets here so I can move them down a line. So I can space these out and they're easy to look at. I'm going to just put in directions now. And we don't need any sort of symbol or anything like that. All we need to do is put it as a list. So I can put in north, add a comma, go to the next line, or you don't have to go to the next line, you can just type it beside it. But I like to go to the next line just to make it easier to read. So I've got east, south, and west. And that is our directions. So now we've declared that enum, you may be thinking, what do we do with it? Because we've defined this set of constants, these values cannot change, this north, east, south, and west. They cannot change. So we can now just call directions.north if we want. And this is now something that we can just call just simply because it's known within the code. We've got all our different values in here. Obviously we're going to get errors because we can't just put in code, this north, because what does that mean? So I'm just going to put in a console.write line just so we can actually place this in. I'm going to call directions.north again. And I'm going to run this, and you can see now it just returns the north value from our code. So you may think, I mentioned earlier that they all have an underlying numeric type, integral numeric type, and that is true. So the associated value of these enums are an integer, an int, which meaning they are 32-bit. So we can put in this type, at the beginning of this, for example. So we have our console.write line, parentheses, to have our, what we want written. But I'm going to add an extra parentheses for int, and then close that off, and then add directions.north. And now this will return the numeric type. As you can see, is 0. And if I change this to east, this will be 1. There we go. And this is because the first value within our enum is by default 0, and with each increment, with each of the next item within the list of constants, it increments by 1. So, we have 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's say our north, we don't want our north to equal zeros, we don't want a 0, we want it to equal 1. Let's then change north to 1. And now east will be 2, south is 3, and west is 4. They've all gone up by 1 because they're incrementing from the previous. So now when we return the numeric type for east, it returns 2. And as for now we know we have numeric types, we can actually change the way we call them. We can just go, okay, let's go back within our write line, and I'm going to add an extra parentheses, and I'm going to call directions. I'm not going to call a specific value of directions. I'm going to say this is directions. This is converting whatever we put in next to the directions type. But we can't convert any other type other than integral numeric types. So let's put in 1 now. And now we're going to be calling the 1 value within directions, which will be north. And that's just another way of defining that. But this isn't the whole point of directions. You don't just use directions to call the specific value when you want it. You can actually save the value. You can use it as a data type. So I'm going to call it directions. I'm just going to call this given directions. And then we can set this to whatever value we want. So let's say we want it north. And I'm going to change this value in here now within our write line so we can see given directions. And you can see now it will return north because we have used directions as a data type and the value is north. Moving on to the fact I mentioned before that enums have an underlying integral numeric type. So by default, the numeric type is an int. So we have a limit of 32-bit numeric type. But we don't actually need that because we've only got 4 values in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to change this to a byte, to minimize memory use. This will actually still allow us to have, 8 bits worth of values, which is 255 if we remember before. So we can't have a negative number, same as we know a byte can't have a negative number, it has to be an S byte. We can't have 256 because that will be outside of the range that we can have. But we can have 255 as a constant value, but you can see that East will not like this because East will want to set 256 by increasing from the north. And it cannot have this. So the example I've set up here without explaining is the fact that we've been given direction. We have gone to somebody and said, where's this X? And they've gone, oh, it's north. So you can use enums to display a choice from a selection of constants that we have. But there's actually a way that we can portray a collection of these choices. And that is by including an attribute. The way we do that is we used square brackets, and we're going to include flags. Flags declares this that it's going to be a bit field, so we're going to be declaring these using binary type. So I'm going to keep our value as 1 for now, and I'm going to add in another choice within our given direction. So I'm going to add in east, and how I would do this is by vertical bar and directions.east. So now when I run this, you can see it'll give us south. And why is that the case? That is because the flags has declared it, as I said before, as a bit field. So each of these values are going to be a single bit within a byte, within the byte that we've declared. So if you've not checked out before what I've talked about with binary, you're probably best just to skip this. But I'm going to be explaining some binary quick. So I'm going to put in a byte in binary. So here is a byte. I'll be declaring each of these values as one of these bits. So instead of having the 255 values, we are actually limiting ourselves to 8 values here. But we can have combinations. So how this would work, you think, oh, well, how would we get combinations? Is this north now equals the first bit. Oh, the first bit here. The east will equal the second bit, which is the 2. South will equals the third bit, which is 4, and west will equals the fourth bit, which is 8. So now I've defined these as separate. Now when I run this, you can see it returns north, comma east, because it sees it's a combination, because the first bit is there, and the second bit is there. So it knows that it's north and east. So that's how we use bit fields to declare that we're going to use operations to combine values. Now we have a combination of choices. There's some interesting things we could do with that. So I'm going to go to a new line. So let's say when we have asked somebody for directions, there was 2 people, and they both gave us directions that were similar but different. So I'm going to put in directions, I'm going to call this alternate directions, and I'm going to put in directions and not decimal, directions.south and directions.east. And you can see that both people have said east, but one has said north and one has said south. So you know this is going to be east. There's a way we can actually display this. So we have our given directions already in here. We can put in an ampersand or an and symbol and put in our alternate directions. And now what this is going to do is going to return whatever is similar between these 2 directions that we have given. So let's come here, and you can see it has returned east because east is present in both of the combinations. I'm going to move on from this. I'm just going to comment out our alternate directions for the moment. So we're going to come back down and we're going to add in another line, and I'm going to show you that we can use our enums to bring us back a boolean. So I'm going to show you how it would bring us back a boolean. So let's say we have our given directions in here. We want to check if they have south in there. So we're going to put an ampersand and put in directions.south. So when we run this, we can see this will return 0. This 0 is another way of showing us false within a boolean. So let's put in a direction that it does have. So let's put in directions.north, and you can see it returns north. But you see, this isn't actually returning something that we convert into a boolean. But we can make that convert into a boolean in some way. And this is how. So I'm going to put a bool, say, is north. No, let's call this actually is direction present. And we're going to move this, what's in this console.writeLine, over to its own parentheses here. You can see this cannot be converted to a boolean. But what we can do is have, well, let's see this, and let's see if this equals directions.north. And now what we're doing is checking if this here is returning directions.north, which we know it is. And if so, then this is true. So if the direction we put in is present, let's put this in here, and you can see that does not return true because I have forgotten to put that in. Sorry, that's my bad. Okay, let's put that within the console.writeLine, and you can see this is true. We could do the same as if we wanted, directions.south, and change this to south, and run that, and it will return false because false isn't present. You may think this is a pain to have to change both values at the same time, but what we can actually do is just put, a does not equals 0. So we can put it in any direction I want. So now we're checking if south is in given directions, which it's not. So it's going to return 0 here, or false. And we're going to check if this does not equal 0, which it does not. So, which it does. So we're going to return false, which is the negative, because we're negating the equals, which is going to return false. So you can see here, we now have is directions present. We're just going to change this value in here. And that will now equal false. Say if we change this to one that is present, say east, and now it will return true. And that's just one way you can have this convert to a boolean. So last thing I'm going to show you, I'm just going to remove these 3 lines here, and just leave our right line. We're going to put in the parentheses in here, we're going to convert to a directions. Okay. So what I'm going to show you is, it won't work actually with flags, and first I'll explain why it won't work with flags. So I'm going to put in directions 7, for example. So now you can see we're searching for 7. 7 doesn't exist within our enum, but because we're using a bitwise operation, because we've declared the attribute flags, what it's going to be doing is looking at the bits of 7, which converts this. I'm just going to copy this line, converts this to this. So what this would actually mean is north, east, and south are all present because these 3 bits are present. So let's run this and we get north, east, and south. Let's say we didn't declare this as a flag. So I'm going to remove flag. And I'm going to run it. You can see now it's going to return 7. So search for 7 within our bits, and 7 isn't present. So it's just going to return 7 because we've not assigned it a value. And that's just something you got to be aware of, that if you're going to be using a conversion between a numeric type and the enum type, that it actually does exist. Or if you've had flags involved, that it's going to return multiple. There's everything I wanted to cover today. If there's anything you have questions about or anything like that, make sure you do put it in the comments below. I'll answer them as soon as I can. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys next time.